Hello, welcome to this taste challenge. We have two no age statement, 80 proof blended whiskeys. Okay. And the first one was introduced in 1992 and it's called Johnnie Walker Blue Label. And this is a whiskey produced under a royal warrant to Her Majesty the Queen Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom. But actually now it's going to be King Charles, right? So that changed. Okay. This is expensive. I paid $229 plus tax, $229 plus tax, and that was a deal because I see it all around for $275, $299, all kind of crazy prices. Some people say in California you can get it for like $199, $199. Well, I'm not in California. I don't know no Iris. Okay, now the competitor is Glen Logie. Same specs as the other one. No age statement, 80 proof, blended Scotch whiskey. There's the Glen Logie. See the valley, the Glen Logie. You can go on a hiking tour. I would go with a group, though. I wouldn't go out there alone. But it's a real place. It's distilled. It's bottled in Scotland. It says on the cap, bottled in Scotland, to let you know it's not some cheap Scotch whiskey bottled in the United States. It's a cheap Scotch whiskey bottled in Scotland. And it is produced by a company called Hay and MacLeod Limited, a real company, except they're owned by somebody else. Okay, but but that's common too. It used to be an independent company. But anyway, that's Glen Logie, introduced in 2015. I paid $9.99. So $226 versus $9.99. Who's going to win? Well, so like I said, produced under a royal warrant for the royal family of England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, Gibraltar, Australia, New Zealand, etc. All right. So they're going to have to change that from Her Majesty the Queen to His Majesty the King Charles III. All right. So anyway, this is the foil cover, thick, heavy foil. And the way you get it off is you have a string that hangs from a cotton string. And when you pull it up, it rips the foil and it comes off. Enjoyed the decline, said, that's crazy. It's $329 a bottle here. $329. Where do you live? Where do you live? What state? But I got it for $229, $226. I was at Savannah Discount. I said, how much you got this for? And the girl said $216. I said, I'm taking it. And then she was taking it down, and they start speaking like Arabic. And the man that runs it is like, da, 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 da. And he said, oh, I'm sorry, it's $226. I said, all right. So it came out to like $242 after tax. All right. But the Glen Logie, like I told you, was $9.99. You can actually get it cheaper. No. Same price per ounce if you get the handle. One of those. Yeah, it's at, yeah. The price actually went up since I bought it. Panthers rule says, you, Bubba. Same to you. All right. I'm very low. I'm at the end of the Blue Label, but it had to go away eventually. I was letting people try it. Like, everybody wanted to try it. My friend David wanted to take a double shot. Like, basically took a $40 shot. All right, so yeah, I let all kind of people try it because I wanted everybody to try it. They weren't pleased, but they were like me. They weren't like blown away, like, oh, can't believe it. I gave it an A. I scored a 95. Only problem is I paid a price that was like 100, a 101. Should have been world class, not just most excellent. But you know how that goes. I knew I was buying into the hype. I wasn't like totally fooled. It's got a pretty blue bottle. Blue Label in a blue bottle. It's not even a true cork. I mean, it's cork, but it's like that press board, you know? It's all little chips of cork pressed together. But it's not plastic, you know? It's a plastic cap, though. Sound like I'm hating on Johnnie Walker, huh? I'm not. I'm just telling you, this is not the most expensive. This is the most expensive of their basic lineup. So how much do I have left? One more taste challenge? Against what? Trader Joe's blended scotch? I'm serious, though. Trader Joe's blended scotch is the next one coming up. Wouldn't that be something? If Trader Joe's blended scotch beat Johnnie Walker Blue Label. I got that Trader Joe's for $10.99 for a liter. A liter, not a $7.50. So you go back in the box and you'll come back for one last taste challenge, and that'll be the end of your career for me. I still got to buy the green label, the platinum, and all of that. And the black. I never bought the black. I bought the double black. I got a great deal on it. Okay, hey, Mr. T, says Jean-Pierre. Hey, Jean. Watching you while having dinner and drinking a glass of oak leaf Cabernet and driving in my car. What? What? Oh, I read that wrong. Sorry. Okay, oak leaf Cabernet Sauvignon. Oh, yes. I went through the whole oak leaf portfolio 8 years ago, 9 years ago. I didn't like it. I was like, this stuff is whack, you know? And then tried it like 4 years ago with the Merlot again. I revisited the Merlot and I was like, well, this is a lot better. They must have improved it. And then all the others were nice. And then they got the expensive oak leaf called the Winemaker Selection, which is about twice the price, meaning still cheap. But I hadn't tried those yet. But except for their bubbly, you know, the Brut or whatever that was, the champagne thing. I did that twice. It was good. So Walmart must have gone to the Winemaker Selection. I mean to say, they must have gone to oak leaf, meaning they must have gone to E&J Gallo and say, y'all gotta, no, it's the wine group, right? Isn't it the wine group? Well, whoever it is, the big manufacturer. And they say, you got to improve this. People complaining, you know, you got the biggest contract in America. And they probably said, all right. We're not going to use rancid grapes anymore. Just the ones that are halfway rancid. They said, well, that might work. Okay. Now, Johnnie Walker Blue Label. What does this say on the website? I wish I could do screen share on this, but I can't. Dynamic depth of character, where velvety smooth flavors blossom on the tongue. Comes from hand selecting rare Scotch whiskies with a remarkable depth of flavor. Only one in 10,000 casks make the cut. Best served neat, along with an ice cold water to enhance its powerful character. I'm not putting any water in it. The smell, waves of spice. Give way to vanilla and honey. Taste, caramel and hazelnuts. Course through dark chocolate. Finish, luxuriously long, warming, smoky finish. Rare whiskeys with exception. Okay, all right. How's this whiskey made? Oh, that's just for the whole website. Now, if you want to really spend a lot of money, get the Johnnie Walker King George V. But I hope you got $500. And that's just the start. It gets way worse, like expensive. It's like those Remy Martins. It's like, oh, you got $3,999? Yeah, that's not enough. So you need more than that. Okay. All right. Will I be able to tell them apart? They both kind of amber gold, so the appearance really not that different. Just this smells like honey topped white bread crust. People say you say that every time, a million times. Yeah, you know why? Because most of these scotches smell like honey topped white bread crust. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not just gonna make up descriptors so I can make it sound different every time. I think it's just meaning. I think it really means that they kind of like smell all the same. They don't taste that different. Hector says having Sutter home while watching. I like the Blue Label. Sutter Home. That's a family-owned wine company that goes back to like the 1800s. They're not expensive, so of course people think they're bad. But I tried Sutter Home. It's fine. Which one are you drinking? Maxwell. Hello, Ron. Privet. Maxwell, shouldn't you be asleep? Well, it's so late for you. It might be morning time already. You might have slept 8 hours and woke up. Okay, time to get to this. That's Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Got it. There's no need to taste it. And the reason I got it right was because I detected the smoky character. There's a smoke, like peat smoke. Okay, well, you don't get that with the Glen Logie. Really, the front is talking about the scenery. If you go to Scotland and go to the Glen Logie, like natural park, not national park, but like natural park, whatever it is. Okay, government-owned hiking trail. But they don't say anything about the product. Just if you go out to that region of central Scotland, it'd be so pretty. So, oh, the Chardonnay. Okay, so the aroma is not too similar, but let me go back to the Johnnie Walker Blue. You do sort of get that honey top white bread crust, but there's so many more aromas in it, like complexity, wood, oak, wood, the peat, but not so much like that compost pile that you get with some of these, like Cuddy Sark. It's just real. It's got a lot of things I don't even know what they are. Like I don't know what the smells are. It's the aromas of something. And this is just the aroma of like cereal grain. It's not a bad aroma. I don't want you to take this the wrong way. If you see Glen Logie and it's $9.99, I think the price went up though since we have this inflation. But if you JB inflation, but if you see it and it's a low price, you could buy it. It's gonna be simple. It's not gonna taste bad. All right, taste time, but the challenge is over. I don't get the whole thing about the people say it tastes like nail polish and oh, it's horrible and I couldn't drink it. I dumped it out and all that silly stuff. It's just like regular old whiskey. I mean, I bought American whiskey for $9.99. I've purchased Canadian whiskey for $9.99. I purchased Scotch whiskey for $9.99. For example, this one and others like Sir Malcolm, which seems to still be popular. I've never bought an Irish whiskey for that cheap. So Irish whiskey would be more expensive for some reason. Joe Appleton, they are tasty. Let's go with the. I got 2 tastes left, so I better make the best of it. I won't be going buying new bottles. It's so velvety smooth, it's just like, ooh, it's going down your throat, Oak, wood, honey, cereal grains, but now, is it really worth over 200? Now, the price today, you're not going to find it for 226. I got people telling me, well, in California, I didn't see anything in California where it was that low. I could be wrong. I don't really, deal with California shops since I'm not there. But the price I see around here all the time is at the low end, 275 up to 299. I hadn't seen it above 299. That would just be going overboard. 299 is going overboard, really. But and you could buy handles of it, like big 1,750 milliliter bottles, but they're so expensive. All right, so let's just say the price is 280. No, you know what? Let's check Total Wine and More and see what they're selling it for, because they're a pretty good indicator. They're not perfect. Some people will beat their price. Not too many people though, but some will, but not. It's uncommon, but it's not unheard of. They got some places around here that I really don't want to name them because people are going to go steal my deals. Okay, but let's see. Johnnie Walker Blue Label. Here we go. Well, now how you like that? For only $268, $42 more than I paid years ago. They're giving it away. Now the King George V is for a low price of $599.99. They might negotiate when you get up above $300. You might tell them, "I'll give you $550." They might do it. I don't know how that works, but I bet it would. Johnnie Walker Blue Label, $599.99 or best offer. I'm saying that, or best offer. So $268.99 versus $9.99. Is the Johnnie Walker Blue Label better? It's clearly better. I mean, there's no argument. Although I would state the opposite if it wasn't the case. I'm not going to be scared. I'm not going to get on here doing reviews, being scared, worrying that people are going to say, well, you can't say. But it's better. It's a nice product. Is it the best blended Scotch I ever had? Yes, I think I'll go along with that. It's the best. It's the best. It's the best that I've ever had. I never had the King George V. Not really looking to pay $600 for a bottle of whiskey. Not going to do it. Just now paid for car insurance. But is it worth $268? Oh, I love that smokiness. It's so mellow. It's up to you. If you want to pay $268, it's your business. Sugar water in it. Mm-hmm. And the sad thing is I only got one tasting left of it. And I'm not going to share it. Saving it for me for the next time it comes around in taste challenges, which might be in a year, maybe in a year, and then it'll be gone and I'll throw the bottle away. I don't save old whiskey bottles. Sorry. I'm not going to save the box. Now, Glen Logie. How many people love it? I don't even think too many people know about it. Okay. Not a popular product, not a well-known product. Oh, but some people know about it because when Total Wine had this stuff for $9.99, it sold out so fast. When the economy started to go down the tubes, and I went in there and I bought a bottle. Next time I went, gone. Oh, well, they had a few handles, but now they don't have anything of it. Okay. Give it a last assessment on this. And don't forget tomorrow night, tomorrow afternoon or nighttime. Is it technically nighttime? No. not till 6 p.m. It'll be evening time at 6, but it's still afternoon, but it's like getting dark. Dusk, what you call that, dusk. Got Fandango Friday with liquors and/or liqueurs. I got the party bucket, and I got some liquors and liqueurs in there. Don't know what I'm going to pull out the bucket because I don't even remember what's in the bucket. I know there's a jalapeno flavored vodka or something like that. That should be interesting. I cannot complain about this product. Clearly, it doesn't have the complexity of Johnnie Walker Blue Label, but then who in the world would have thought that? But to say it's trash, it's garbage, it's filth, it's nasty, it's bitey, it's horrible. No. In fact, I have some other Scotch whiskeys in that cabinet, a couple of cabinets. They got more bite and nastiness than this. They're not nasty, but they got some of those kind of qualities to them, you know, like a little, they're a little rough. What you call that rough? Like Inverhouse. That's not really too smooth. But it's not bad. I got a liter of it for what, $11.99. Glen, the real famous cheap Scotch whiskey. What's the one that everybody can get? It's real famous. Clan McGregor. Well, it may not be as smooth, but it's got more attributes. You know, Clan McGregor has more like defined flavors. Like you say, oh, that's peat. There's that rotting vegetable matter, organic matter. Well, you know what I'm saying? Like it has a little bit more complexity or something like that. Whatever you say, whatever you're supposed to say. But the Glen Logie does have like a little like, it's not sugar water way I'm tasting it. It's like you know how they have that like icing. It's not the pudding filling in a cake, but it's like this icing, and it's like sugar. It's like semi-solid. It's like mushy with fondant. What they call it, fondant or whatever. It's kind of like that, like sugar, and it's like it's similar to icing, and it's sort of like icing, but yeah, it kind of has that. Now, some people say, you said it wasn't complex. Now you're saying it's got a character like fondant, Fondit, fondant. It's like a French cake thing. It goes under a hard shell sugar top. Does have that. Well, I'd recommend it. I mean, it's from an old company, a real old company, Hay and McLeod, but they owned by another company, Witt and McKay today. But it's still like they probably put the Hay and McLeod in a division where they like, you go over there and you make all of these products that we put in the store, and we're not gonna put our name on it, and just make up all kind of labels for it, and just we'll sell it to different people who will buy it. You know, our salespeople will say, you could buy this portfolio, and it'd be like really super low end, bottom shelf, or second to bottom. But actually, I saw this on the top shelf at Total Wine, top shelf. But and they might sell that in Scotland. It probably called something else. Might be called Glen Logie. But in Scotland, it might be called like Hay and McLeod Hello Friend. That'd be the brand name, Hello Friend. And they might sell it in Laos as like Scotland, you know, it'd be like Scotland Super Celebrity Deluxe, like they do in East Asia, Southeast Asia. Super Celebrity Deluxe Scotch. But it's only $9.99. So yeah, I mean, there's a place for that kind of product, so no big deal. No big deal. So, end the story. Johnnie Walker Blue Label, clearly better, which we all knew going into this video. But on the other hand, you really want to pay do you really want to pay over $260? Just think how many of these bottles. I don't know. It's a real bad. It's something you got to figure out. I mean, it's a lot of money to on a regular bottle. It's a fancy looking bottle, but I don't know, man. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of the Glen Logie. It's not like, oh, the exploding plastic inevitable. I can't believe it. But it's just like, it's nice. Mr. R says, evening, have you ever had a bad experience while drinking alcohol or any horror drunk stories where things got out of hand? No, not really. Just like, just feeling bad. And it wasn't ever planned out. It wasn't like, oh, I know I'm going crazy tonight. Like I watch videos where people say, I'm going to go crazy tonight. And I say, well, do whatever you want. You'll probably pay for it, in the long run. You have bad health and whatnot. Yeah, just a handful of times where it was really just a case where, like my friend David or whatever, or just me alone, like if he was working or other friends couldn't come, just like you say, oh, I want to try this, I want to try that. You just want to try things. It's not like an exercise in self-destruction. You have like maybe a day off of working, or like that Saturday night, we will go and look at different things, and you just say, oh, let's check this out, let's check that out. And you just want to try things, and then you just say, oh, I'm feeling kind of bad, But I don't really I don't make a habit of that, and it's been very rare, and I never got so ill, I just the next day felt kind of like, I don't feel too good, I'm not doing that again, and I really didn't. Just on a couple occasions, but just like it was hard to measure out the portions. The Like Four Loko is a treacherous one because it comes in a big old can, and you saying, oh, let me review this thing, and then it usually tastes kind of all right, It's like, well, it does taste kind of like a Jolly Rancher green apple, but then after you drink and you have drunk 75% of the can, then you say, oh no. But yeah, just kind of like incidents like that, but nothing planned. Where say you intentionally say, I'm gonna go crazy, no, nothing like that. Just more like mistakes, or a misevaluation of how much you could do in the day and stuff like that. Kevin Johnson says, hey, Jay, have you ever tried Eagle Rare bourbon? It's probably my favorite. I have tried it. One time I was at my friend David's house, and he had a bottle, and we tried it, and I liked it a lot. And he's bought many bottles since. I haven't bought a bottle. Can't hardly get it, but it does come in from time to time. Still runs about $50 a bottle. It's aged 10 years. Introduced in 1975 by Seagram's. I guess it was like a flop for Seagram's. They made a big deal out of it. Oh, Eagle Rare, 1975, 10-year age. So that means they started aging in 65. But then just 14 years later, they're selling the whole thing off to Sazerac. And Sazerac turning it into this legend, Now it's just legend. They got people calling the liquor stores all week long. You got Eagle Rare? So, but I have tried it, and I thought it was very nice. Now, Mr. R says, that's good, man, because I've heard and seen my fair share of people doing dumb things on alcohol. Yeah, I have too, unfortunately. Jason says, good afternoon. Jason Cleveland, good afternoon, Jay. A while back, you and David did some reviews of beers on site at an establishment. Do you have any future plans of doing more of those type of reviews? No, I don't. We did it at the Hot Rod Shop. It's just a big hassle, really. I mean, it's fun to do it, but then if you go to a place that's real popular, I mean, the owner of the hot rod shop was like, you could do it. But even he was acting a little aggravated about it or something like. So if you go to a bar or whatever, or a beer, a brew pub, it doesn't work out because they're like real paranoid. One guy asked me at a restaurant one time, "Are you with the insurance company?" I said, "What?" He thought I was making pictures and videos for some insurance case or whatever. So it's just like it doesn't work out too well. When we're at his house or mine or in the backyard, we can kind of like manage it and say, and you don't have to worry about people being all paranoid, you know. So yeah, I don't know. We might do it in the future, but I doubt it. It's possible. Who's winning the Super Bowl? I don't know. The Eagles or the Chiefs, I guess. I really don't have a pick in that. It's a mystery. They have quite a few. It's so even, you know. They have quite a few versions of Eagle Rare. Unfortunately, other than their base product, the price only goes up. Yeah, there's Eagle Rare Double Eagle. Double Eagle. It's got the sculpted crystal eagle inside the bottle. You don't want to know the price of that. We were at the Sazerac house, and they had the Double Eagle right behind the girl that was letting people taste. And she said, "Would you like to try some Eagle Rare?" And my friend David said, "Yeah, but I'd rather try some of that Double Eagle." He pointed at the bottle. She said, "Well, we're not giving tastings of that today." Like, and never either. So, but I would like to try it. I'm trying Brie Lock Ditch 2013 Isla Barley. Sound like my kind of thing. All right. Anyway, so there's no winner today. I mean, I guess you could say Johnnie Walker Blue Label's the winner, because how's it going to lose to Glen Logie for $9.99? But I can't call this a loser. It's just a different type of product. It's cheap, and it is made by a historic company. They've been around, like I told you, for hundreds of years. So yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. Now, Johnnie Walker Green Label, says Kevin Johnson. I haven't tried it. I've seen it many times, and I do plan to try it. Just it's a matter of getting through. So now we got Glen Logie going up against Johnnie Walker Double Black next time, as if that's going to be a contest. It won't be. And then we've got Glen Logie going up against Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve. It'll be another wipeout, I guess. Glen Logie going up against James Buchanan, 12-year age. Buchanan's Deluxe, 12-year age. That's not going to be any kind of contest. Now, it will start to become a contest when it's going to be things like Seagram's 100 Pipers. Well, in the U.S., it's only called 100 Pipers. They don't use the Seagram's name here, but in India, they use it. In Scotland and India, they use the Seagram's name. But that could be a contest, and the J.W. Dent could be a contest, and the Cuddy Sark Prohibition Edition 100 proof. No, that won't be any. But we'll see. We'll just go through it, and then we'll see what happens. All right. I don't want to make any more predictions. Oh snap! You haven't yet tried the Johnnie Walker Black Label, right? No, I haven't. The Double Black. I got a bottle of Double Black coming up. Now that is a premium whiskey I don't mind shelling out the extra money for. Shelling out, you mean? Well, actually, my plan was to buy the Johnnie Walker Black Label next, but I stumbled across the Double Black for an extremely low price. So Double Black is younger. It's called Double, but it's actually younger. It's aged less. It's not 12 years. It's probably more like 6 years, but it's double in the sense that it's double smoky or something. I don't know why they call it that. But anyway, yeah, I got a great deal, so I just kept buying it. Little sample bottles. It added up to such a low price because 15 of those little airplane bottles make one regular bottle, 15. And the price was just outrageously low. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Y'all take care now. Now I'm going to go watch college basketball in Northwestern in Evansville in Illinois. Evanston, Illinois is hosting the game tonight. So it's going to be packed in that stadium. They got such a good record. They got an interesting, old, and unique stadium. Basketball arena. That's what you call it, a basketball arena. All right. So go turn it on ESPN2 like I'm going to go do right now.